Okay, dating apps are one of the worst things to happen to our civilization, and I'm not joking. Dating apps are designed to stop people having safe, loving connections. Because as soon as you've got a safe, loving connection with someone, you're going to get off the dating app. Dating apps benefit from people not feeling safe in relationships. They want situationships. They want hookup culture. They don't want people to feel safe in love. And human beings need safe, loving connections, right? Dating apps want you to feel insecure, so you use the app. And the algorithms work in such a way as to make sure that people can't find those kinds of connections or don't find those kinds of connections. We've got all this stuff in the manosphere about 20% of men dating 80% of women, and some people saying, oh, that's female nature. Well, it's not female nature, but there is some manifestation of that on dating apps because it corrupts the way that people operate. And this is deliberate on the part of the apps, right? I've lived in the app era and I've lived before the app era. People were happier, they were having more relationships, better relationships, even having more sex, more satisfying sex. This is actually an area of my research. Everything was better in dating before apps took over. And what do I mean by destroying civilization? Well, if we look at the US, where 65 or 70% of people use apps as their primary mode of dating, this creates all this unhappiness, so much less safety in relationships, so many weird dynamics around hookup culture, some people not getting laid at all, incels, gender wars, all of these things, because something unnatural is being done to the dating process, which is making men and women not like each other, right? It's creating a false dynamic which isn't real, right? It's fake, it's created through a screen, and we're not supposed to date through a screen. Now, I'm not saying that for people who are busy or older, they shouldn't use online dating. It can be great. But for people in their 20s, the algorithms want you not to be safe, not to feel safe, not to have that connection. And if men and women don't like each other, if the fundamental thing that we do, one of the most important things in our life, which is our relationships, are unsafe, that makes us unhappy as people. And if we're unhappy as people, if we don't like each other, if the genders who are supposed to come together start to war, largely because of the dynamics that apps create, then society starts to degenerate. And you can see this in the US with the sort of rise of the masculinity crisis, the gender wars, all of these weird incel dynamics and things that have emerged. A lot of this is because dating and the normal, ordinary dynamics of two people emotionally finding each other have been destroyed by gamifying dating through apps. It makes me so angry. It's my area of research because it's not a joke. It's harming our society. And if it's harming a big, powerful country like the US and the dynamics, that affects the whole world. So just because it's convenient, don't do it. You're not helping yourself. You're not helping other people. And in the end, you're making yourself less happy. If you're in your 20s, you've got a bit of time, it's so much better to meet someone you have a connection with than use the apps, right? They're unnatural and they want you not to be connected. They want you to have to go back to that app. They are a dreadful thing and they're not a neutral thing at all in the world, right? They're not just doing a favor, doing a service. They're creating dynamics which harm people. So that's my one piece of advice. That's one of my biggest rants that other people don't talk about enough. It's not about men and women and the nature of gender or people's characteristics or men are like this and women are like this. It's dating apps and all the bad dynamics they create, all the exaggerations of men and women they create. It's not worth it, right? Unless you have to, don't use the apps as your primary dating tool. You're doing yourself so much harm, especially if you're in your 20s. I know it's hard, I know there's more social anxiety around now, but try to get through it, right? Try to go out there, try to make an emotional connection because that is going to make you so much happier than using the apps.